What is going on, Yankee fans? Back at it with another New York Yankees video, and I'm going to talk about the signing that just went down last night. George Springer, the former Houston Astro, has signed a 6-year contract with the Toronto Blue Jays, AL East opponent. And this sucks. As a Yankee fan, this definitely hurts. But because George Springer, when he was with the Astros, he has killed the New York Yankees. He's tormented us Yankee fans, and he's been one of the, he's one of the premier center fielders in baseball. And I'm happy he didn't go to the Mets because I didn't want to hear it from Mets fans. He did not go to the Mets. He's going to the Blue Jays. But again, this definitely is not a good thing for the Yankees because he's now in our division. And he's one of my least favorite players. I cannot stand George Springer. And of course, for my luck, the one place he had to go was in our division. And now we're going to have to face him 19 times a season. That's going to suck. Let's talk about the signing. So it's a 6-year contract. I don't know how much money it is. I think it's 150, I believe. I think it's one of the biggest contracts in Blue Jays history, and he's going to go to the Blue Jays for 6 seasons. He's 31 years old, I believe. He's one of the, probably definitely a top 50 player in the game. Elite center fielder, really good glove, really good bat, puts the ball in play. One of the best playoff hitters in baseball history, and he's been unbelievable in the playoffs. Now, I know he's played with the Astros. They're cheaters, but again, he's been one of the best playoff hitters I've ever seen in my lifetime, and to see him go to the Blue Jays definitely hurts me as a Yankee fan. And a lot of young players on that Blue Jays team. Now you have a veteran kind of player to lead that lineup to the promised land. And the Blue Jays had a very good team well, not a very good, but they had a very solid team last year. Ended up making the playoffs. I get they were the 8th seed, and they wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for extended playoffs. But they still made the playoffs. They lost 95 games the year previously. Went under 500 the next season. They're not going to be any worse. They're going to be way better in a full season. This Blue Jays team is going to be scary. And in my opinion, I think they're the second best team in the division. I think they're also the biggest threat to the Yankees to win the American League East. Now, the one thing is they're very inexperienced. They don't have any besides Springer, of course. They don't have a lot of playoff experience. They've played 2 games in Tampa Bay against the Rays in a series. It was in a weird series. They really haven't played a whole lot of playoff baseball. So that's the one thing that definitely hurts the Blue Jays. They are still a very, very young team, and sometimes young teams just don't exceed expectations, and sometimes young teams look really good one game and they look terrible the next game. And I know their pitching staff isn't great, but they also went out and improved their bullpen by getting Kirby Yates, former Yankee. He pitched with the Padres in 2019 and had a 1.19 ERA. That is ridiculous. He's a really good reliever. In 2020, he had a bad season, but he was dealing with an elbow injury, so he's a good reliever. He's one of the best relievers in baseball, and that was a really good, cheap pickup by the Toronto Blue Jays, or the Buffalo Blue Jays, if you want to call them that. And I thought that was a really good pickup. Their bullpen wasn't great, last year, and they just improved it big time by getting Kirby Yates, and he could be their closer going to next season. It'll be either him or Rafael Dolis. He'll be one of those two guys to be the closer for the Blue Jays next season. This is going to be a good team next year, guys. And they are going to be a thorn in the Yankees' side next season. And who knows, maybe they'll be the next Rays. I don't think we'll go 2-8 against them. Obviously we had a lot of injuries, but obviously we did not play well against the Rays last season. Will the Blue Jays become the new Rays? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they're that team yet. I don't see them as a World Series contender just yet. If they got Brantley, which they almost did, but he went to the Houston Astros, he re-signed, so I guess that's not that's not a good thing because I can't stand the Astros, but I'd rather him go to the AL West rather than my division. So I guess that's not a big deal. But he's back to the Astros, Michael Brantley. But the Blue Jays, I think we went 5-5 against the Blue Jays last season. They gave us fits, plain and simple. We couldn't, we could not stay consistent against them. I get we had a lot of injuries last year, but we didn't beat them that much. I mean, we split the season series, but a team like the Yankees, a team that was in win now mode, and the Blue Jays, a team that was at the final years of the rebuilding, that's not that impressive. So, Yankees got to find a way to beat the Blue Jays, got to beat the Rays. They only beat the Rays like twice last season, or it might have been 4, well, counting the playoffs. I think they've only beaten like 4 times last year. So, we got to learn to beat our divisional rivals besides the Red Sox and Orioles. It's going to be tough for the Yankees, but I do believe we will be a better team than the Blue Jays, even though they just went out and signed Springer. The Astros had a comparable lineup to the Blue Jays this season. They were under 500. So, I don't think the Blue Jays are a superior team in Major League Baseball yet. I don't think they're the best team in the American League. I still think there's two teams in the AL that's better than them, with the Yankees and White Sox. I don't think they're that team yet. I don't see them making the World Series. I don't see them making it past the ALDS. I think if they do end up making the playoffs, they'll be a wild card team and end up losing to the Yankees or White Sox in the first round. Maybe must be because they're so young, but they are headed in the right direction, and I do see them being a good team in the next couple years. But as of right now, I don't see them as that team yet. So that's going to do it for this video. I want to know your thoughts on the Springer signing down in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you see them going out and grabbing a guy like Bauer, or grabbing a guy like Paxton, Odorizzi, Tanaka, anybody like that? Who do you see the Blue Jays, finishing out their offseason? Who do you see them going out and getting, this offseason? I want to know your thoughts down in the comments. Do you think this pushes the Blue Jays over the top? Do you think they are the favorites to win the AL East? Do you think the Yankees are going to win it? Do you think the Rays are somehow going to win it? I want to know who you think will win the AL East next season. I hope to God it's the Yankees. We've only won one division title. We've only won the AL East once since 2009, I think. I'm pretty sure. That's got to change. We got to win the division. If we want to win the World Series, if we want to even make the World Series, got to win the division. That's the first thing we got to focus on. Win the frickin' division. Blue Jays are getting better. Rays are getting worse. Red Sox are getting slightly better, but I don't think they'll be a problem. The Orioles will always suck. But the Blue Jays are getting better, and they're going to be tough to beat this year. But we got to find a way to beat them, and we got to find a way to win the division, and we can kiss our World Series hopes goodbye. So, let's hope the Yankees get another pitcher. Need another starting pitcher desperately. Let's hope we trade for someone. We need to complete this rotation. Obviously, Severino's not going to be back till mid-season, so we need to go out and grab a starting pitcher. That's the missing piece for this team. We need to do that. The Blue Jays, they don't have good pitching. Starting pitching, at least. They do not have good pitching, but they could address it this offseason. They have a lot of money. Obviously, we're not signing Brantley. They're going to get that money back. They can go out and afford a starting pitcher. Maybe even a guy like Trevor Bauer. We got to go out and grab a starting pitcher ASAP before the Blue Jays get even better. So, Yankees got to win the division. Got to get more starting pitching. So, I want to know your thoughts on the signing by the Blue Jays. Do you think they overpaid? Do you think it was perfect? I want to know your thoughts down in the comments below. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'll have a lot more off-season content coming out soon. Let's hope the Yankees go out and make a signing. And yeah, let's go Yankees.